What's up guys, infyte here and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Today I'll be going over part 2 of the Mario Kart X prediction series where I predict the character roster. If you haven't watched part 1 already, make sure to go check out that video first, which takes a look at the gameplay and mechanics of Mario Kart X. With all that out of the way, make sure you like, subscribe, join the Discord, link in the description, and feel free to become a member of the infyte squad, which comes with exclusive perks like seeing my videos early and getting a shoutout at the end of every video. It really helps out the channel and encourages me to make more content for you guys. And with all that out of the way, let's get started. First off, I would like to discuss the ideas I had when creating this roster. As we all know, the base roster for Mario Kart 8 was probably the worst character roster ever, with many staple characters like Bowser Jr., Diddy Kong, Birdo, Drybones, and King Boo being replaced with all 7 Koopalings, Baby Rosalina, and Pink Gold Peach. When DLC was announced for Mario Kart 8, many people were hoping for these characters to return, but instead we got Tanuki Mario, Cat Peach, Dry Bowser, Link, Isabelle, and Villager, which was a huge slap in the face to the missing characters. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe started to fix this by bringing back Bowser Jr., Drybones, and King Boo, as well as introducing Gold Mario and Inkling, but it wasn't until the Booster Course Pass when the roster finally got fixed, almost a decade after being considered the worst in the Mario franchise. The Booster Course Pass added Birdo, Kamek, Petey Piranha, Wiggler, Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, Pauline, and Peachette. Nintendo literally had one more chance to f*** up, and they somehow did when they chose Peachette over somebody like Nabbit, Hammerbro, or King Bob-omb. Overall, the Booster Course Pass turned the worst roster in the Mario series into one of the best. The reason I bring this up is because it was not the absence of these staple characters that were the issue, rather the characters that were chosen instead of them. After DLC, Mario Kart 8's roster included half the characters being variations of existing characters. Sure, nowadays some of these characters have become their own individuals and spin-offs like Toadette and the Koopalings, but in a roster of 36 characters, there should have been way less clones than there were. With Mario Kart X, I want to go the Mario Kart Tour route, where characters will get costumes that will be placed in a drop-down menu, much like the Yoshis and Shy Guys in 8 Deluxe. Therefore, there will be no clones on this roster I have created, due to the fact that those clones will be put into drop-down menus and can be purchased from the track pass that I mentioned in the previous video. Now without further ado, here is the roster for Mario Kart X. The roster looks huge, I know, but trust me here. Every Mario Kart entry tends to add an average of 10 to 12 more characters per entry. Double Dash introduced 12, Wii added 6, 8 added 10 more, and Deluxe added 12, and if we really want to get technical, Tour added 16 more characters, not counting the alts and only counting one of each costume like Tanuki, Cat, and Penguin. I decided to include 57 characters, adding 9 more to the 48 in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I could have included a couple more, but considering there are no clone spots on the roster, I think 57 is a perfectly good amount. The way I organized this roster is similar to Mario Kart Wii, where each row contains characters of a different weight class. The weight classes are Feather, Light, Speedy, Medium, Cruiser, Heavy, and Powerhouse. I made sure that there is an equal number of characters in each weight class to prevent one weight class from taking over the majority of the roster. I also did my best to make sure the character pairs shared a weight class, but some character pairs have mix-matched weight classes, and in this case, I decided to average out their weights on the roster. For instance, since Bowser is considered a powerhouse and Bowser Jr. is speedy, I put them in the middle ground of the weight classes, which is Cruiser. Depending on the 2 characters you choose, their stats will average out. I know it's a bit confusing, but once you see it, you'll understand. The first set of characters I decided to include were the 9 OGs of Mario Kart. These include Mario, Luigi, Peach, Wario, Yoshi, Toad, Bowser, Donkey Kong, and Koopa Troopa. These 9 have been in every game with the exception of Wario and Donkey Kong in Super and Koopa Troopa in 64, Super Circuit, and DS. Overall, these characters are what make Mario Kart, Mario Kart. For their items, I decided to give Mario and Luigi the Fire Flower, Peach has the Heart, Wario has the Triple Bob-ombs, Yoshi has the Egg, Toad has the Golden Mushroom, Bowser has the Bowser Shell, Donkey Kong has Giant Banana, and Koopa Troopa has Triple Green Shells. These skills all carry over from Tour, so I think they're pretty self-explanatory. Next up are the characters from Mario Kart Double Dash. These characters include Daisy, Waluigi, Bowser Jr., Diddy Kong, Toadette, and Birdo. These characters have become staples ever since their debut, with the exception of Mario Kart 7 for some reason, and are guaranteed a spot on the next Mario Kart roster. These characters keep their partners from Double Dash and share their special items, with the exception of Diddy Kong, which I will talk about later. The next group of characters I included are King Boo and PB Piranha. The reason I didn't include these characters with the rest of the cast of Double Dash is because they are not what I would consider staples of the series, but are very likely to return nevertheless. King Boo and PD Piranha didn't actually get a special item in Mario Kart Double Dash, so I decided to give them a new one, being the triple red shells, which is ironic considering that Koopa and Paratroopa had triple green and red shells in Double Dash for some reason, so giving their second special item to a character pair that didn't have one makes a lot of sense. The next character pair I included are Drybones and Shy Guy. Drybones is Koopa's partner, and Shy Guy's partner I will reveal in a bit. The two debuted in Mario Kart DS and have become staples in the Mario Kart roster going forward. The next pair on the roster is our favorite Mario gals, Rosalina and Pauline. These girls have become insanely These girls have become insanely popular over the past decade, especially in spin-offs. With that being said, I think they even have a better chance than King Boo and PD Piranha. For their special item, I had a lot of trouble finding something that would fit both of them, but in the end, I decided on the Boomerang Flower because Rosalina had it as her special item in the Mario Kart Tour Beta, and Pauline is from Super Mario Odyssey, where the main gimmick is being able to throw your hat like a boomerang. I know it's a stretch, but it is the closest thing that could relate to both these characters. Next up are a group of 3 obscure characters from Mario Kart 7. Honey Queen, Wiggler, and Lakitu were notorious in Mario Kart 7 for their insane obscurity and for taking slots away from Waluigi, Drybones, and Bowser Jr. However, Lakitu and Wiggler have redeemed themselves over the past few entries, showing up in 8 and Tour. Honey Queen is a questionable decision, considering she was one of the 2 past characters in Mario Kart history to be absent in Mario Kart Tour. The only real reason I included her here is because I needed a partner for Wiggler. For their special item, I chose the Super Leaf, as it fits their autumn personality and it debuted in Mario Kart 7 along with them. Lakitu's partner I will also talk about in a little bit. Next up are the 2 Kongs that were in Tour. Funky Kong returns as Donkey Kong's partner, and Dixie Kong is Diddy Kong's new partner. Now, the reason I split up DK and Diddy are mainly due to their weight classes, and putting DK with Funky made much more sense than putting him with Diddy. For Diddy and Dixie's special item, I gave them a new one, which is a barrel from the original Donkey Kong. Next up are the characters that I might get a little bit of hate for. I do think that there will be some form of clone characters in the roster despite my previous claims, but to be honest, it is inevitable. Baby Mario and Baby Luigi were introduced in Double Dash, and the birth rates have just increased over the injuries. For their special item, I brought back the Chain Chomp special item from Mario Kart Double Dash. Now we go from the baby bros to the baby hoes. I'm sorry. Alright, so if I'm including Baby Mario and Baby Luigi, I think the most logical thing to do is bring back Baby Peach and Baby Daisy as well. I know you all are gonna comment shit like, Baby Daisy is so bad, but she's a clone and not Thailand. And to that I say, shut the hell up. I considered including Baby Rosalina and Baby Wario too, but I knew I would get massacred for it, so I scratched that idea. So be happy there are only 4. Anyways, back to Baby Peach and Baby Daisy. I actually think they're fine when it comes to the baby characters. 2 baby bros and their female counterparts are a perfect amount to include. For Baby Peach and Baby Daisy, I gave them the bubble item from Tour. This item represents the amount of care I give about these characters. And now for the last 2 characters in the base roster. I mentioned I would talk about Lakitu and Shy Guy in a bit, and here's why. The current roster consists of only returning characters and Dixie Kong, which technically debuted in Mario Kart Tour, so I don't want to hear it. The reason I held off on Lakitu and Shy Guy's partners are because they consist of the 2 promotional newcomers that you will see on the box art. Please give a warm welcome to our first newcomers, Spike and Ninja. These 2 are probably the most likely newcomers in Mario Kart X, considering their uprise in popularity recently. Both of these characters were speculated in Tour a lot, but were sadly overlooked. For Spike, I paired him up with Lakitu due to their common attack in Mario games, which I used as their special item being a big spike ball. And for Shy Guy and Ninja, with both of them being ninjas, they were kinda meant to be partners. They even debuted in the same game. For their item, I decided to go with the triple fake item box, which fits the ninja characteristic, cause it's a trap, I guess. And with that, there's the base roster for Mario Kart X. I tried to even out the weight classes for the starter characters, similar to Mario Kart Wii, but we're not done yet, considering that there are also 26 unlockable characters as well. These characters are unlocked from getting 3-star gold trophies on each of the 12 base game cups in 150cc. I know this is kind of basic, but there are many alternate costumes and vehicle parts that are unlocked in the other modes, which I'll discuss at a later time. Starting with the Retro Cups first, for getting 3 stars in the Shell Cup, you will unlock Hammer Bro and Charge and Chuck. These characters debuted in Mario Kart Tour and will have the hammer as their special item. For getting 3 stars in the Banana Cup, you will unlock Lemmy and Iggy, who have the triple bananas as a special item. I chose this because Lemmy had the triple bananas in the Mario Kart Tour beta, so I guess there's a little bit of a correlation there. For getting 3 stars in the Leaf Cup, you will unlock Larry and Wendy, who have the capsules as their special item. I needed to give the capsule item to some character pair on the roster, and I just chose Larry and Wendy because they needed a special item. Next up is the Bell Cup, which will unlock Nabbit and Poochie as characters. I put these two together because they are both animals that help you in Mario games. Also, they are both related to the Yoshi series in some way. I gave them the Super Bell because once again, I needed to give a character pair the item, and Poochie is a f***ing dog, so I guess it fits. I'll admit that Nabbit doesn't fit this at all and should get some kind of stealing item, but for right now, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Now for a debut cup, the Bomb Cup. For the Bomb Cup, you will unlock Roy and Morton with the POW item, returning from Mario Kart Wii. And finally, for the Lightning Cup, you will unlock Ludwig and Kamek as playable characters. They also have a brand new item, being the Magic Wand. I think this fits them very well. Now that I've gone over all of the unlockables for the Retro Cups, do you guys notice a bit of a pattern? No, it's not that all of them are Koopalings. The characters unlocked in the Retro Cups are all returning retro characters. I did all of that just to make this pun, so y'all better appreciate it. They are also all in different weight classes, with the exception of Larry and Wendy being placed in the light category rather than feather. Now, moving on to the new unlockable characters. The unlock criteria is the exact same as the Retro Cups, but now for the new cups. For the Mushroom Cup, you will unlock newcomers Boom Boom and Pom Pom from Super Mario 3D World. If you're about to say, actually Boom Boom debuted in Mario 3 and Pom Pom debuted in 3D Land, 3D Land is a fever dream. It isn't real. Seriously though, their special item is also originated in 3D World, being the Double Cherry. For the Flower Cup, you will unlock Monty Mole and Goomba. I know Monty Mole debuted in Tour, but I ran out of Retro Cups, and Goomba is a newcomer, so I put him in the Flower Cup. For their special item, I gave them the triple mushrooms because Monty Mole had Mushroom Cannon in Mario Kart Tour, and they both fit the item in some weird way I cannot explain for the life of me. For the Star Cup, we have 2 space-based sidekicks in Galaxy and 3D World, Luma and Sprixie. These two are a perfect pair with even the same weight class, personality, and overall characteristics. For their item, I had to give them the Dash Ring from Mario Kart Tour. For the Egg Cup, I also introduced 2 more sidekicks that give you different abilities in Mario games, Cappy and Prince Florian. Cappy is a must-have for the next Mario spin-off, and Prince Florian is too much of a meme not to include him. For their special item, I gave them the Triple Feathers, which is no longer exclusive to Battle Mode. In the Shine Cup, you will unlock King Bob-omb and Womp King. This is the same situation as Monty Mole, where I didn't have another Retro Cup to put them with, so I moved them to the Shine Cup. These characters have the Giga Bob-omb as their special item, returning from Mario Kart Tour. And finally, I saved the joke characters for last. What could I have done? How bad is it? Is it Baby Pink Gold Peach? Poplin? Noki? The Talking Flower? Rest assured, it isn't any of those characters. For getting 3 stars in the 150cc Special Cup, you will unlock Penguin and Dolphin. So, I guess it wasn't the worst idea. My thought process here was, we need a joke character here. Super had Donkey Kong Jr., Double Dash had Paratroopa, DS had Rob, Wii had Funky Kong, 7 had Honey Queen, 8 had Pink Gold Peach, and 8 Deluxe had Peachette. So what is the most stupid bullshit character I can think of? Antarctica! Okay, but seriously, I'm surprised Penguin has never been a playable character, and Dolphin was added as a doctor in Dr. Mario World for some random reason. It was either Dolphin or Plessy, and I went with Dolphin because he technically got a meat suit in Tour and 8 Deluxe, so it wouldn't be the craziest thing out there. Cheep Cheep was also considered instead of Penguin, but I thought this would be more of a stretch. For Penguin and Dolphin, I gave them the Ice Flower, which fits them surprisingly perfectly considering it was one of the last items I had in mind. Anyways, here's the final Mario Kart X roster. I also created a version for singles, where the characters are organized in a more traditional format. Now that I have gone over the entire roster, I just want to briefly talk about a few of the mismatched character weights. Lemmy is considered a feather, Cappy is considered light, Bowser Jr. and Larry are considered speedy, Iggy, Waluigi, and Hammerbro are considered cruisers, Roy, King Boo, and Dolphin are considered heavy, and Bowser and Honey Queen are considered powerhouse. You may have noticed that there are a lot of Koopalings that are mismatched, and that is because I decided to give each of the 7 Koopalings a distinct weight class. I know that is probably just me being OCD, but it makes a lot of sense in the grand scheme of things. I hope that all of you enjoyed this very long video. In part 3, I'll discuss some of the costume ideas I have for these characters and go more into detail about the way the track pass works. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and my vlog channel, and make sure to share the video if you enjoyed. And let's try to get to 2,000 subscribers by 2025. I love y'all so much. Take care, and bye-bye.